Hello, my name's Chris Moody and I thought I'd record a video this Wednesday. I've been thinking about doing a weekly video series for a while now and decided we'd start and give it a go. So I'm going to record a video and publish it probably on a Wednesday, and I'm going to talk about interesting things that have happened during my work in the previous week. So this week I'm going to talk about consumer internet security products, because that's quite interesting. During the last 7 days I was with one of my customers and we were doing some work, and I can't remember whether we opened the antivirus or internet security program for a particular reason or whether it was just running in the background. But what happened was that that security product popped up with a message, and it was basically saying something along the lines of we found 13, 14 Windows drivers that are out of date and we can update them automatically for you and increase the security of your PC. Now that was an interesting message because I've never known any computer be infected with a virus due to out of date software drivers or hardware drivers, whatever you want to call them. For those that don't know what a driver is, a driver is the bit that makes a physical bit of hardware communicate with the operating system. So if you buy a new printer, you need to install a driver to make that printer talk and communicate to Windows or Mac OS. And all the components inside your PC, whether they be disk controllers or display adapters making the screen work, they all need software drivers as well. So this particular internet security vendor was trying to upsell an additional product to this customer, but they were trying to sell it on the grounds of security, and I'm not convinced that that was quite truthful. And then a little bit later on, there was another pop-up from the same antivirus or internet security program, and that said you've got X number of orphaned entries in your Windows registry, and we can tidy that up and speed up your PC. Now, registry entries, Windows has its own internal database, and that's called the registry, and it holds all its settings in there. Now, when you install programs, or applications, they put entries in the registry, and when you uninstall them, they should remove all the files on the hard disk and the registry entries. But sometimes some registry entries get left behind, and those are the things that are called orphaned registry entries. Now, it's a bit untidy if they're left behind, but I've never noticed any noticeable increase in speed in anyone's computer after we've tidied up the Windows registry rather than before. So I think that was almost a bit of mis-selling as well. So and I was talking to the customer and he said, yeah, these pop-ups keep popping up all the time and I'm quite tempted to buy some of them for my own security. So we explained that to him, and I said I didn't think those two particular features were necessary, and in my opinion I didn't think they were worth spending the money on. So I don't think he will buy those. Then a few days later I was with another client and he asked me to review his internet security package to check that he'd got all of the required features to protect himself and look at the costs. And this was a different consumer-based internet security package, and he'd bought their basic package, and then he'd been persuaded to upgrade it to their top of the range one. And in that instance it was a good worthwhile upgrade because the top of the range package included a lot more very useful features and give him a lot more protection. But he'd also paid for some sort of tune-up facility and also a driver update facility, both of which weren't giving him a great deal of benefit. And when we added it all up, I think he was paying for it he'd paid up front for 24 months, but when we worked it all out of the cost of all the bits and averaged it out to an annual charge, he was spending somewhere between £60 and £70 a year on his internet security package, which is quite a lot of money for internet security. So my advice to you this week is look at your internet security package and see what extras you've been persuaded to purchase, and actually have a think about which are the useful bits and which aren't the useful bits, because you might have been persuaded to buy additional add-ons that aren't necessarily going to make your computer any more secure. I'm quite happy if anyone's not sure which bits they need and don't need in internet security or antivirus programs. I'm happy for anyone to contact me, and I'll spend 5 minutes giving you a bit of free advice on which bits you do and don't need. I'm not going to charge you for that. So if anyone is worried that they might be paying for things they don't need, feel free to give me a call or message me, and we'll have a quick 5-minute look at that. So yeah, this week's tip is just check what you're actually paying for on the antivirus and internet security side. So thank you very much for watching. It's Chris Moody, and I'll speak to you again next week.